this life takes me anywhere. Just so happens I cross paths with you right now, right here. Put on your helmet, you can enter in my atmosphere. Get ready for a ride, boy. There's just no stopping. Get your heart pumping. Get this club jumping. Get the music out of control. Feel it deep in your soul. Get extraterrestrial. 'Cause I feel so high. 'Cause I feel so high. 'Cause I feel so high. Get you to my planet, I can show you all you wanna see. But to be honest, I wanna feel your eyes all over me. Out of this world, I could be your fantasy. If only you would let me. There's just no stopping. Get your heart pumping. Get this club jumping. Get the music out of control. Feel it deep in your soul. Get extraterrestrial. 'Cause I feel so high. 'Cause I feel so high. 'Cause I feel so high. Are you come with me, baby? 'Cause I feel so high. 'Cause I feel so high. 'Cause I feel so high. Will you come with me, baby? Will you come with me, baby? Will you come with me, baby?
Hello. 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 So, I thought my camera, like, for some reason, I feel like I'm used to Monica being, like, on the other side when I stream, and I was like, is my camera flipped right now? Like, did it just decide to flip? Because typically it's, like, the other way around. Ooh, I'm delusional today. Yes! Anyways, welcome. Friday Yapathon. You know how it is. You know exactly what we're fucking doing today. We're gonna talk about the hot topics. I've decided that I'm somewhat of a modern day, like, well, she's still with us, but, a modern day Wendy Williams in a sense, but, like, with more, like, grace for people. So, we're gonna talk about some internet drama. I'm low-key gonna turn this light on. I feel like it's kind of dark. But, we're gonna talk about some internet drama, the pop culture chat. We're gonna talk about the hot topics today. No, you genuinely did think she was dead, and you actually scared me. I was like, oh my god, wait, like, we can't lose her. We can't lose her. I know that she is, like, low-key a terrible person, but you have to, you have to recognize, like, there are female supervillains out there. They just conduct their business differently than the male supervillains that are in real life. If the worst thing a woman ever did was say some terrible shit, is it bad? Yes. But we got men who are doing worse out there, and that doesn't make what the women are doing better. But we can at least find them a little bit entertaining. Let's be real. She was messy as fuck. And let's be real, all of us love reality television. We love it. We love it here. We love it. So we're going to talk about many things today. Obviously, we have to start out with the fact that Extraterrestrial's out. Everybody, like, round of applause. Round of applause. Yes. Yes. I'm dropping music. Oh my god, I'm, like, genuinely hearing things. Oh, okay. So, obviously, song of the summer. Like, did I just make the song of the summer? Well, yes. Well, yes. Yeah. People were gagged. People moved. It's very exciting. It's very exciting stuff. But yes, Extraterrestrial is out. Keyword has been, she's currently banned. She's banned by her own accord, actually. She was in here, but she just, like, it wasn't the vibe, I guess, for her. She just wanted to leave. She most likely will be back at some point. I don't know, you can't really see that far back, but I had to take all of the books off of my nightstand because her new thing is just throwing them on the ground at any minor inconvenience. So she's kind of like obsessed with terrorizing me in like new ways every day, but that's low key what it's like to have a cat. If you think you're gonna have a cat and have things on your wall and like be happy and like have beautiful decorations, it's just not gonna happen for you. It's not. They will find new ways every day to bother you when you don't do what they want. Um, and it's quite upsetting and disturbing, but when you have a little baby, you don't understand until you get a cat. A lot of people I talk to that don't have cats are like, I don't want a cat. Like that sounds fucking awful. But you don't get it. Like you don't get it until you have a cat. You're just not gonna get it. Um, yeah, Kiwi she's honestly not even banned. She just doesn't want to, she wants to explore other options of sleeping right now. I think she's probably sleeping in another room. She's a sleepy girl, but she was being a cuddle bug earlier, so I think she got her cuddles out, and she will probably return momentarily, or who knows? Who knows? She lives like it's her world, guys. I know I have a song called "The World Is Mine," but it really is her world. But yeah, Extraterrestrial is out. I'm very excited. We are, we keep adding on to the Ultraviolet cinematic universe. The Ultraviolet EP, obviously still in progress, but we will get there. We got some more songs being added, and I'm just dropping a lot of them as singles, and then like I'm basically just gonna drop the EP like all with like a few bonus tracks. Kind of, yeah, keep it cute. But yeah, I'm very excited about this song. I really like it. It's fun. I feel like it's very like I feel like I like the end because you like low key start ascending. I like a song that's gonna make you like ascend a little bit, and I feel like it fits the vibe of the name of the song. Yeah, very excited about it. Everyone's been really nice and supportive, and I appreciate all the people who listened. Like it is like actually like crazy because like people really do listen to my music, and it makes me happy, and I like it. It makes me happy, and I like it. I like it. Thank you so much. Like it's just like I don't know. I'm very appreciative of it because like people don't have to do that. People don't have to do that, but I like to make music and I like to share it with the world, and if people like there's something out there for everybody, and I know that I'll find an audience for everything. But yeah, everybody remember, stream Extraterrestrial. It's very cutesy and fun. We have fun in the Kiwiverse, guys. Let me put the Discord in the chat in case people feel inclined to join. Please join the Kiwiverse Discord. It's amazing and awesome. And we love it. We just love it. Why is it doing this? Why does it... Paige, can you do it? Because it's not letting me do it, and I don't know why. I hate when it does this. I don't know how to use a computer. I don't know how to use a computer. Like, genuinely. Like, I really don't. Welcome, welcome. But, yeah, we're talking about the hot topics today. I got many things to talk about, many things happening in pop culture, because there's many dramas happening. And it's all just a lot. Oh my god, did I break... Oh yeah, I broke a nail. I forgot I broke a nail. I got my nails done, though. These are my new nails. They're really cutesy. And obviously they're purple. Obviously. Whenever, like, I literally, like, this is what I do. I go and I get my nails done, and I say to my nail tech, like, I think I'm not going to do purple today. And then I either end up with black nails or end up with purple nails. Yeah, she did, like, it's like a cat eye, but it's like, it looks like it's French tips, like, if it's at, like, the right angle. So it's pretty cool. Very cutesy, very fun. We love it. We love it. Yeah. Yeah, we love it. I love my nail tech. She's amazing, and her work is incredible, and she's so talented. And mind you, my sets last me, like, sometimes 2 months, and they don't break. So I think the longest I went was almost 3 months, and I didn't have one broken nail. Yes, like, It's like a weapon. But honestly, like, people, like, think that these are, like, actually a weapon, but, like, they're really not. They are, like, really not at all. Like, they literally just, like, if I, like, actually tried to, like, attack somebody with these, they probably, it would hurt me a lot. It would hurt. But, yeah. Yeah, got my nails done. Very cutesy. I think, what's it called? I'm trying to think of, like, other new things that are happening. But there's so many new things that are happening every single day. Because low-key, like, when you wake up in the morning, it's just going to be another day. And then you go to bed, and there's another day after that, because there's always tomorrow. So, like I said, guys, we got a lot to talk about. We're drinking water today, because I have one of my little beverage left, and I don't want to drink it right now. I'm savoring it. I feel like today is a slow day all around, because low-key, I had a slow-ass day at work, too. I really did. Tom, welcome, Tom, welcome, Tom, welcome, Tom. We love you, Tom. Everybody say we love you, Tom, in the chat. Everybody say we love you, Tom, in the chat. I don't know, like, where are all the people today? I think it's because, I don't know, at least in Boston, it was a beautiful day today. The weather was beautiful. People didn't want to be, like, people just want to be outside. I think that's what it is. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat, for showing Tom appreciation. We always show Tom appreciation around here. We always show Tom appreciation around here. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. Miko is in town. Whoa. Are you fucking kidding me? I understand your pain, Tom. I understand your pain very deeply, because if Miku was in my city and I couldn't go, I would be absolutely devastated. That's insane. We love Hatsune Miku around here. We love her. We really don't play about her. And she doesn't, like, I might be wrong, but I don't feel like she comes to the United States that often. Like, I don't feel like that's like a thing. I feel like that doesn't happen. Yeah, I feel like it's like, what's it called? I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. You probably should have went today. It was beautiful out today, unless it rained in New Hampshire. I don't know. But, yeah, I've heard tomorrow. I had a bunch of clients that were telling me, oh, next week? Oh, is it supposed to rain next week? I heard on Tuesday it's going to be beautiful. So, like, if you're able to go on Tuesday, it's supposed to be, like, almost 80 degrees on Tuesday. But I don't know, I had a bunch of clients that were, like, telling me they were supposed to do stuff outside this weekend, and they were like, I had to cancel it. I just feel like, I don't know, New England weather is just so inconsistent. You literally could, like, you'll wake up one day, it'll be, like, genuinely 95 degrees, and then, like, give it, like, maybe, like 30 minutes, not even, the next day. You wake up the next day, it's 22 degrees, freezing, and it might snow. That literally happened, actually. Like, I'm pretty sure it snowed, like, 2 weeks ago in, like, the middle of April, and everybody was like, what? Like, where did that come from? Like, that's not. But, yeah, that wasn't a vibe. I fucking hate the snow. There's very few things on this planet that I hate more than snow. Actually, no, that's, like, completely untrue. I hate a lot of things. I hate a lot of things. The thing is, like, but that's the thing. I agree. No, like, I agree. I don't think I'd want to live somewhere without snow, because I like living somewhere that has all 4 seasons, but I just hate the snow past a certain point. The first fall of snow, oh my god, this is such a vibe. Like, this is such a vibe. It's nice and powdery, it's beautiful, the trees are coated. Then you get, like, 2 weeks into it, and it's just sludge on the road. It's cold. There's no fucking parking. When you live in a city, the snow is not fun and games anymore, because if you are a person that has to street park anywhere ever, the street parking, which is already minimal, by the way. And I mean, I feel like that's every city. Like, street parking is already not very easy to find. The street parking gets cut down by, like, almost 50% half the time. I mean, typically, like, any normal winter in the city, it's not going to get, like, crazy amounts of snow. But this winter in particular, in Boston, was not normal. Like, I literally couldn't use my fucking car for, like, 2 weeks, because it's just, like, you literally could not move your car. Like, it's just a nightmare. So, yeah, what a mess. Long story short, what a mess. Maybe I'm jaded. I love the communal sense of misery when in the winter with like, Bostonians specifically. Like, it's shared suffering. It really is. Like, we are all in this shit together, and, like, it makes us all kind of mad at each other, but, like, we're also, like, all, like, we're all in it. Like, we're all there. I remember I was on the phone one time. Like, this is also like the deal with like traffic, I feel like. And obviously this isn't just a New England thing. There's traffic everywhere. But when it comes to like being in traffic, I feel like that's like the one time that you're like probably with like another like 150 people if you're on like a packed highway that's not moving, and you guys are all in the same situation and you're probably all mad about it. There's no one that's ever like, I love being in traffic. This is like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Like, it's really moments of like pure misery that really do bring people together. Obviously, I'm not talking about like real shit, but like, you know, like just a shared annoyance and a shared inconvenience. And I feel like that's how it is with the snow. Like when you're anywhere in New England, but at least in Boston, I know this for a fact, you go into like a convenience store and you're like, this fucking snow, and someone is gonna be like, I know, this fucking snow. You just shared a moment. You bonded with somebody. You made a new connection. It's really beautiful. It really is. But yeah, I'm just glad that, you know what they say, April showers bring May flowers. So I'm really hoping that, like, I'm okay with it being a little chilly, but like we got to get the sun out. As long as the sun is out, we need the vitamin D. Everybody's got to stop being miserable, because as much as I just said I enjoy the misery, we got to, like, what the best part about New England is that it doesn't last all year. Then you get into the beautiful part of the year. You get into spring. Spring can be a little iffy. It can be a little iffy. Yes, at the grocery line. That is exactly how it is. Spring can be a little iffy, but then, like, you know, because it's raining and, like, cold sometimes, but then you have, like, random beautiful days. But then, like, the minute June hits, it's just, like, the gates open, and it's summer. It's, like, literally, like, you know, like, in High School Musical, when they were all, like about to get out of school, and they're like, summer. Like, that shit is the realest shit ever when you're from, like a New England town, because you know, like, you're out of school, and it's the best possible time to be out of school. Like, it just is. And I feel like this obviously goes away when you're an adult and you, like, have to have a job. But, like, it's just, like, it's a countdown to summer. No one can be miserable in the summer. It just, you can't be. You really can't be. You just look outside, there's, like, a flower. There are, like, people walking their dogs outside. Like, you know, like, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. We love summer around here. And then, let's say you don't like summer, it's too hot, because I will say I have crazy heat intolerance. It gets to a point where I'm like, wrap it up. Then you get fall. And fall is arguably the best thing in the entire world. Okay, as much as I've been talking a lot of shit, like, I could not ever live anywhere but New England, because I could not live somewhere where fall doesn't happen. Fall is so amazing. And, like, I feel like we get, like, the truest version of fall. Like, when you think of fall, like, the imagery of fall, you see, like, the foliage and, like, the hot cocoa and the pumpkins and the Halloween and all the, you know, like, all the fall things. Like, there's, like, the pumpkin spice lattes and shit. Like, when you get to that time of year, like, I truthfully do feel very sorry and very empathetic towards people who didn't grow up in an area where you experience that, because it is so amazing. And yes, the weather does get colder, but, like, most of the time it's like you can leave with, like, a light sweater. Like, you don't really need a winter coat. Like, you could wear a sweatshirt and, like, be okay, like, realistically, if you're outside. And it's just amazing. You can go to a pumpkin patch. You can do so many different things. Fall is just amazing. And then you get to winter. And like I said, first the fall of snow, beautiful. Everything after that is just pure misery. Pure misery for months. I know some people, like, really live their lives and they don't see snow until they're older, unless, like, when they start traveling. And it is, like, it's, like, crazy, because, like, we, like, grew up with snow around here. But I do think that living in New England teaches you that you have to suffer low key to feel happiness. And because if you only ever felt happiness in beautiful months, it wouldn't even be true happiness, because you wouldn't know what suffering is like. Low key, like philosophical. No, but, like, I mean, listen, like, you know, if you never traveled before, you're not going to see snow. Like, if you're especially, like, from, like, a tropical country where, like, you have, like, tropical weather, like, to be fair, like, you know, people who, like, I'm from New England, I've never seen, like, a hurricane. I've never seen, like, you know, like, any of these other, like, weather events. But I feel like snow is a lot more magical for people who don't have to experience it, like, against their will. So I can't give them that. Like, yes, it is funny, like, when, like, North Carolina snows and then, like, all of a sudden, like, literally nobody knows how to, like do anything and function. Like, if you, like, are in, like, Georgia or, like, North Carolina, South Carolina, and it snows down there, they literally, like, shut everything down. Like, there's not even going to be a liquor store open. That's how serious they take that shit. They don't have plows or anything down there. And like they could be like less than an inch of snow, but they just don't have the infrastructure. And a lot of stuff does get damaged. So it's not very magical for them. Like I think it's probably magical if you're like a little kid, but like I don't know. When the snow is sparkly, like that's the best snow. When it's that type of snow. Like when you are subjected to the snow against your will after that point, just a mess. Just a mess. And I like, especially honestly, like after this specific winter, I'm over it. I'm just fully over it. I think I could probably, I mean, to be fair, I love the fact that we get it. I don't ever want that much snow again. That was way too much snow. There will never be a reason to have that much snow. It just shouldn't happen. It kind of reminds me of like, I think it was like 2015. And there was like so much snow that like there was like a 70-foot pile in Boston. And it took until like, I think like the end of May or June to even melt. It was so much snow. And you can't dump it in the ocean. Like you can't do anything with it. Like where do you put it? Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like, there's like wildfires and stuff, right? Like, that's the thing I really wouldn't want to deal with. Like, that's why, like, as much as I complain about the snow, like, and it's an annoying thing, like, for if you like have to drive or like, you know, do like pretty much anything, like a snow day, like people will never understand a snow day. I was talking to one of my clients about this. Like, I don't like the alternative of any other natural disaster. Like a blizzard sucks, but like in Boston, we handle that shit low key. Like we genuinely. Like, we handle that shit. In other places, like, you're dealing with wildfires. Like the worst thing that could happen in a blizzard is, like, maybe your car gets, like, snowed in and, like, maybe totaled by, like, a plow. Like, that's, like, one of the worst things. Like, you lose power. The heat shuts off and your pipes freeze. Like you know, like, that's a nightmare scenario. But, like, it's not a nightmare to fix realistically compared to, like, if a hurricane fucking hits your house. If a hurricane hits your house or a wildfire takes down, like, the entire forest, like, that fucks up the ecosystem. Like, I mean, well, I guess, like, wildfires are actually necessary in a sense that, like, not, like, the naturally occurring ones, not, like, the ones that are caused by humans. That's a whole other ecological conversation. I might be misinterpreting that also. But, like, wildfires are not good. Fires are not good. Flash floods. Your entire house gets flooded, you lose all your belongings. Like, that's not good. Like, I do complain about the snow a lot, but like I said, Boston, we handle it. We handle it. And honestly, the entire state of Massachusetts, and honestly, like, all of New England, we handle it. Like, we really do. And honestly, I feel like, you know, other places obviously get snow, and a lot of snow. But, you know, you guys get what I'm trying to say. It could be worse. It really could be worse. I feel like we just get really... Yeah, like, if it rains in California, like, genuinely, like, they just don't have the infrastructure for rain. Like, I remember there was a bunch of floods in California, and people were like, okay, like, my whole house is flooded. Like, that's truly a nightmare scenario. That's awful. I really do, like, feel bad when, like, for people that have to deal with, like, natural disasters. Like, that's one of those things because that's, like, there's no, like, what do you even do? I don't know. This got really dark and sad. But, like, I don't know. It's a fucked up thing that can happen. It really is. Like a fucking tsunami or like just crazy shit like that. It's awful. It's absolutely terrifying. And it's actually like a big fear of mine. Like I never want to have to deal with that. Yeah, like an earthquakes too. Like an earthquake is so scary because like you could have like a mini earthquake. I know there was like a mini earthquake around here when I was like younger. And it doesn't, but like that doesn't really do anything. You might like something might fall off the shelf. But like a real earthquake, like that could fuck up everything. It's just not, it's not right. It's not right, and it's really scary. But obviously, you know, I feel like as humans, we do our best to try and rebuild and stuff. I mean, not always. Sometimes the government really, truly, honestly, a lot of the time, actually, we're getting woke here, but the government really does fuck over people who go through natural disasters and never handles it well for the most part. But the 20th floor, I feel like I don't think I could live in like okay, do you guys ever see those like penthouses that are like and they take videos of like the wind hitting their windows because obviously the wind is going to be like much stronger, I'm assuming, up high like that. Like don't you have to get like a specific type of window if you're like in a super high up apartment like that is like somewhat like double paned or something or like storm proof in a sense because like I've seen videos It was this woman, and she just moved into an apartment, and there was like a very poorly, cheaply built apartment, and she was on like the 17th floor or something. That's not, but the 7th floor downward, that's not normal. But like she was on a really high floor, and it was just poorly built, and like the wind literally broke her entire window. Like, yeah, that's very scary. That's like this is, the construction is very important. It really is. Lunar, welcome, Lunar. We're talking about natural disasters. We're talking about scary stuff right now. We're talking about how like you could live in a penthouse and the wind could just shatter your window. Like it really could happen. It could happen. I think it was in Chicago that I was reading about that. Isn't Chicago like? Isn't it called like the windy city? Like, isn't it like one of the windiest places, or at least like just that area in the United States? Like, I could be completely wrong. I think Seattle is also really, what's it called? Like, really windy as well. I might be wrong. Oh, because we are getting extraterrestrial. Thank you very fucking much. That was the opener song today. That was the starting soon song today. Because now I can finally play it. I can finally play it. But yeah, I'm very happy. We love extraterrestrial. We'll talk about that more. But is it really? I mean, I honestly, I'll be real with you. I don't even know where Mount Washington is. Where is that? Is it in Washington? Because that might be like a really stupid question. I'm assuming it's in Washington, but also they just name shit. Like they literally just name shit sometimes, and it's like it could be literally anywhere. Like, oh, okay. Well, okay. To be fair, like, okay. The reason I was asking is because I knew it was. I thought it was local because I always see those pictures of the people with or not the pictures, the bumper stickers, and it's like this car climbed Mount Washington, and I'm like, yes, the bumper sticker, and like I don't know, I've never looked up where it is, but like I guess I kind of figured it must be somewhat local to New England, considering so many people around here have that sticker, but like. Is it possible for like to drive up Mount Washington, or do you like have to like what's the deal with that? I've never been there. Like you can just drive up to the top. I feel like that can't be that high of a mountain. But only in the late summer. Why? Oh, maybe because of the snow, right? I love being educated. You guys educate me so much. Like I learn things sometimes, and you never know what you could learn. You really never know what you could learn. You never know. You wake up every day. If you're on a quest for knowledge and you have that Curious George mindset, like you'll learn things. Oh, really? Why? Like, is there like is it just because of the formation of the mountain that it's like that, or is it like the fact that it's high up? There's a cat that lives there. Oh, we gotta go. Yep, I'm going on a field trip. I'm going on a little field trip. I feel like that'd be a vibe. I'll be real with y'all though. I'm sorry, like, I'm not climbing a mountain unless I'm in a car or, like, someone's, like, low-key putting me, like, a little go-kart. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll have to go in the late summer, and I'm driving my ass up there. My car's gonna come with me, and we're gonna get that little bumper sticker, but that's about as much as I'm gonna do. I am not an adrenaline junkie of any sorts, and I have no business trying to climb a mountain. Like, people who, like, rock climb and shit, it's very impressive. I'm not doing it. People who die cave diving. Thoughts on whether people who die cave diving are stupid? I think that if you are cave diving, you have to just accept that you most likely will be injured and you might die. Like I'm sorry. This is the thing. I've talked about this before. I think even on stream. I think that if you are an adrenaline junkie, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I just don't understand it at all. I can understand going on a roller coaster. I love a roller coaster, but that's like a controlled thing. Like, no, imagine me trying to rock climb, that would be a fucking mess. That would be a genuine mess. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I can't do a fucking pull-up. What business do I have trying to climb a mountain? Or let alone climb a rock? It's just not gonna happen. You know what? I would climb a rock. Oh, I would climb a rock. I would go rock climb if somebody put me in a little harness and, like, pulled me up. It's like, I'm low-key a liability. Like, I'm sorry, like, oh, I wouldn't. Look at my nails. But, like, I would be a liability if I went on a camping trip and we got lost. I would be a liability in a lot of situations because I'm sorry, there's just a lot of shit that I'm just not doing. Like, if we go on a boat and the situation is that the boat is sinking, I'm sorry, like, I'm giving up. I've given up already. like unless the Coast Guard's coming to get me, you think I'm gonna be swimming? I don't want to get my hair wet. Sorry, there's plenty of things that I will do. That's not one of them. Now I'm kind of trolling. Obviously, if I was in a life or death situation, but also it's like I don't know. Yeah, caving like I just won't do it. Like unless it's like a guided tour, I would do that. But I'm not like climbing into fucking holes in a cave. No, that's insane. I'm sorry. Like you are a much braver person than me, but there is just no fucking way in hell that someone could even pay me to do that. I don't want to be in a situation that I'm not comfortable in for longer than 15 minutes at the absolute most, and that is if you're paying me. Like, okay, if you go caving with zero experience, like you actually like you're asking for something bad to happen to you. And the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of people, especially adrenaline junkies, like these people that do the crazy shit, like they get so comfortable with the fact that nothing bad has happened yet that they start getting careless. Like I feel like when they first start, they actually do try to keep themselves safe, and by the grace of God, they make it out alive. And then they just start getting careless over time. Like those people that are on YouTube and just doing crazy parkour and shit, like it's only a matter of time. It's like a ticking clock as to when you get gravely injured or never make it out. Oh my god, I would be freaking out if I was in that position. If somebody was in front of me and they were like panicking and like we're in a fucking hole, I'd be like, all right, wrap it up, do some deep breathing, get the fuck, like you keep it moving. This is what I'm saying. I couldn't do this shit. Like this is how I feel about scuba diving, and I've been slowly being like convinced out of this feeling. But I think that scuba diving, like I'm not talking about regular scuba diving when you're like 10 feet under. That's whatever. I don't know depth, but you guys know what I mean. I am sorry. I'm not doing it. The people who go like underwater cave diving, you have to be a special type of fucked up to want to do something like that. You got to be a special type of fucking mentally unstable to go into an underwater cave where you like the amount of people that just straight up die from that, and they're doing that shit for free. Like, mind you, there are jobs that literally pay like almost like $800,000-$900,000 a year to do stuff like that, because you have to be like incredibly experienced. And I even think that like if you are certified and experienced, it is still not something that you should do, because there are certain places on this earth that we just don't need to see. Because let's be real, like what could possibly be in that cave? A fish? I don't get it. I literally don't get it. Like I'm genuinely asking, what is the purpose? Just to say you did it? Because let's be real, I'm just gonna be fully honest with you guys. Like, if you go into an underwater cave, it's just gonna be a rock. Maybe you might see some coral. I'm sure it might be interesting coral that you probably couldn't see at like a aquarium, because it's the coral that it only grows in certain depths. You know, maybe I'm understanding. Maybe that's why. No, but like I can face my fears in like so many other ways. Like you know, I have a lot of fears. One of my biggest fears is like AI coming alive and like technology coming alive and technology gaining sentience. And like one of my biggest fears was always animatronics. And look at me, I got a fucking Springtrap tattoo. I have no like, you know, I do agree. Like I do find a lot of the things that I am absolutely afraid of completely fascinating, and that's how I work through fears. But this is just one thing. Like you're playing with your life. You're playing with your life. I feel like life is too precious to be going in a cave underwater with oxygen. In the imagine underwater cave. It's like a random underwater cave. But like the thing about it is like when you go that deep in the ocean, you like don't you lose oxygen like 15 times quicker? Like it's so dangerous for such little payoff. And like it's like some of these people like Paige, you said, do it with genuinely no experience, and you're right, you do get disoriented so so quickly. It's easy to lose where you are, and if you get lost down there, you like, what do? No one's gonna be able to find you. Like it's just like there's no like GPS for that, because the water pressure is so like the technology is not gonna work correctly. Like it's so fucking scary. I don't know. I literally there's no planet where I could understand why somebody would want to do that. And genuinely, if somebody came into my life and was like, I want to go underwater caving, I would literally be like, stay the fuck away from me. I can't get close to you because it's gonna hurt to lose you. I'm sorry. It's literally a matter of time. Like like I was saying earlier, like the underwater welders and like shit like that. Like those jobs pay you so much money to do them because it's like very common that people die doing them. Like it's almost like expected that you will lose coworkers because it is so dangerous. And like I obviously like I'm assuming whatever they're paying, like things like that, like yeah, they're selling exactly, and it's fucked up. It's very fucked up. Yeah. Like I do think I'm sure that there are people who go underwater like caving and they stay in caves that are known to be safe and have experience, whether it be with caving out of the water or just with scuba diving at really deep depths. Because I also am afraid of scuba diving because I watched this movie when I was a kid where this guy got the bends and died. And I am so terrified of the bends. Like people keep saying that it is like extremely easy to avoid, but I have OCD, and I will convince myself that I have the bends if I ever went scuba diving, even if I was at a depth where it's like impossible to get the bends. It is like the scariest thing ever. Like how like it like people say it's easy not to do it, but like if like what if you fuck up? Like if you fuck up, it's over. It's so scary to me. Like that is that maybe that is one thing I think I would base my fears on, because realistically I love coral and I love like saltwater fish, and like I just like what's it called, like that's like something I do want to do, like it's a bucket list thing. I do want to face my fear with scuba diving at like a regular normal depth, so that's something I would do, I think, at some point in life. That's wait, what do you mean that's a thing that can happen? You like your ear, like it was it like, did it feel like an ear infection? Because if that's the case, ooh, I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna like that. Getting an ear infection, I'm sorry, is like actually like one of the top 10 worst experiences that could happen to you. That's like an inconvenient thing. Like I would say, like I obviously had a sinus infection before. Like I've like had like you know, like I've had many of the common illnesses and infections that could happen like within your head or like ear, nose, and throat. But like an ear infection's fucking awful. Yeah, that's terrifying. And also, look at all the fucking piercings in my nose. I can barely, like, if I, like, hold my nose and, like, try not to breathe, like, I'm gonna be real with you guys, there's still air coming in because I got fucking holes in my nose. I don't know if I'm a great candidate for scuba diving now that I think about it. But maybe one day. Maybe one day, and but if it's gonna be like that, I'm never doing it again, and I probably won't like it. But I'm sure, like, you know, never say never, guys. Listen, we all gotta face our fears once in life. Maybe we'll find something else for me to do. The one thing that I absolutely won't fucking do is skydive. Absolutely never in my goddamn life will you ever see me jumping out of a fucking plane. The fact that people like are instructors for this and skydive on like a regular basis, like as a job, it completely baffles me. It absolutely completely baffles me because there's just no shot. Like there's no shot. Like how do you get over the fear of jumping out of a plane? I mean, I can low-key understand, like, if you do it a million times, like, and you are successful with it, like, I'm assuming it probably gets less scary to do, but how is, like, I feel like there's always going to be an underlying fear that something can go wrong. Like, and also, like, I've heard that people get really hurt skydiving, like, you can land wrong and, like, fucking break your leg or some shit. What's paragliding? Is that when you're, like, flying through the air on that, like, fucking wing thing, when it's, like you just like are like a flying squirrel type situation? Or am I thinking of something? Like I know that it's not like the squirrel suits, that's not what I'm talking about, but like it's like a kite. Is that what paragliding is? You guys know, remember when I was playing Riders Republic and they had me in the flying squirrel suit? It's a sail above you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that shit either. I'm not doing that shit either. I'm sorry. I just, like, I have no desire to do it. I will never understand. Like, even, like, people who, like, fucking mountain bike, like, down, like, these rugged-ass fucking mountains and, like, don't, like, even if they have full fucking, like, knee pads and elbow pads and, like, helmet, like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I believe in this life, like, you low-key, like, you don't have to do things where you can get really badly injured, like, just to say that you did it, like, even if it, like, I just don't think it'd be fun. I'd be afraid, and I don't think that the fear would ever go away from me. Yeah, I think they do. Like, I've always, like, been, like, somebody that's, like, afraid of shit like that. Like, when I was younger, like, I tried to do gymnastics, and that shit just freaked me out. Like when you're a kid, like low key, like I feel like I've talked about this, but I feel like gymnastics is one of those things like you kind of have to start when you're a kid, because otherwise, like I don't think you'll ever get over the fear of like hurting yourself. Like, you guys know what I'm saying? Like, because when you're a kid, you don't have enough of a brain development yet to like typically to not be scared. But like, I don't know. I was always scared. I always was afraid of hurting myself. No, and that's scary. That's scary. I would have turned my ass around too. Why would I do that? Like, why would I get hurt for no reason? If I'm gonna get hurt, like, it needs to be like a true accident. But like if you're doing stupid shit, like going down like random, like, okay. I will say though, I do like scootering down, like a razor scooter down like a steep hill. I can do that. I'd do that. I was a beast on the razor scooter when I was a kid. I did not play. I was doing tricks and like parkour and shit. Yeah, like that's terrifying. Like that's literally terrifying. And also like I was reading about this thing. I think it was with Simone Biles. How like the reason I think she dropped out of one of the Olympic Games, or she just didn't end up competing in them, because she got, I forget what they call it in gymnastics, but it's like this disorienting thing where like your brain does like, because when you're doing these difficult gymnastics moves, you're obviously like you're like you have a yeah, I think it's the spins. Like you have a concept of where your body is in the air. Like, cause you, like, that's like what they teach you. Like, you can feel like when your legs are in the air and like when they're not, and when like you feel the momentum within your body. But I guess something can happen to gymnasts where your brain like gets really disoriented while you're tumbling, and like it can be extremely dangerous. Like you will be in the air and like not know where you are, and I cannot even imagine the panic of that if you're doing the like intense, like incredibly difficult stunts that these gymnasts do. Because like even just a gymnast who's like at a high school, like a high school level gymnast, or even like a middle school, or even like honestly these little kids can do crazy fucking acrobatics and crazy tumbling. So honestly, at any level of gymnastics, I can't even imagine how terrifying it would be to be in the middle of the air and literally not understand where you are and get so confused like that. That is so terrifying. I think gymnastics is one of the most incredibly impressive sports, because like the body strength that you need to do that, the like spatial awareness. I don't know. I think it's so cool. I love watching gymnastics on the Olympics, and like I don't know, I feel like Paige grew up doing gymnastics and stuff, so like I got to go to like a lot of meets and stuff, and it was really cool. But like yeah, like I don't know. That's like terrifying. I don't know. As much as I keep talking about playing with your life and how I think a lot of things are stupid, like I do think that like what's it called? Like low key, like gymnastics is not part of that in my opinion, because I feel like there's so much education like you know, on something like that where like, but also it is really dangerous. I don't know, maybe I'm talking out of my ass. And yeah, in pairs they can slice each other, and that is very scary. That is also scary. Figure skating can also be scary. Like you could really hurt yourself. Same with hockey. Wait, like what do you mean they never learn how to jump? Like just like in like up and down, like just a regular little bunny hop? Because how would that be like possible? I feel like it can't be that hard to jump. Like you just bend your knees and like push off the ground. She couldn't jump as high as possible. I mean, some pairs never caught. What do you mean? But I don't understand how it could be hard. Like maybe I'm being ignorant, but like you just bend your knees and push off the ground. I feel like it would be easy. I feel like it would be easy to learn. But is that something you could only learn when you're a kid? Is that like riding a... Well, no, you can learn to ride a bike when you're older. What? Are you serious? Oh my god. So we have a no jumping kids epidemic. Like kids are not jumping anymore. I feel like that's like, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I feel like I don't jump a lot. Like, it's not like something that like you're gonna need in daily life. But there are moments where you might need to jump. I mean, like, but like I don't did they never go to like a playground? Like I feel like a lot of jumping. Like when I was a kid, I used to jump off of everything. Like I was like jumping up like on a trampoline. There was like the trampoline parks, like Sky Zone, and you just jump. Like you jump around, and that's the whole thing. And you're just like hopping around everywhere. Like it was a vibe. Oh my god, that's insane. No, that's actually crazy. I don't know, trampolines are so fun, but like I found out that like if you have a trampoline, like I'm pretty sure like your insurance has to like you have to get insurance on it because like people can hurt themselves really bad and like if there's so many strange things that pop up on my screen when I'm streaming. Like what was that? But yeah, like that was Monica, mind you. But I read, yeah, like I guess like you have to get like a lot like insurance on it because people can like hurt themselves on it and you have to be like you would be liable because it's your trampoline. But I'm assuming it's the same thing with like a pool or like a hot tub, like anything that's somewhat dangerous. Like I'm assuming you probably need to get insurance on it. Is there pool insurance though? Like, or would that be like under your housing insurance or something? I don't know. Something to think about, guys. Because I feel like I would vibe with having like a trampoline. I would want to have a little trampoline. I just have condo insurance. Yeah. We should know that. We should know the pools. We grew up around pools all the time. Our dad is a pool expert. So, yeah, that is interesting. I'm assuming you definitely need some sort of insurance. Like it's probably through the housing. It's probably like if your housing insurance like your house and like life and everything, it probably goes up if you have a pool or a trampoline. And I'm assuming you probably want to insure it because if you don't, you're kind of fucked if somebody gets injured or like even if you yourself get injured on it. I'm assuming it's probably for other people more though, right? Like obviously like if you have kids and then like your kid has their friend over and like one of their friends like falls and breaks their leg on the trampoline. I don't know. Trampolines seem like they would be kind of expensive. But anyways, guys, we got to get into the hot topics because we've been talking about crazy shit. This is why we got to talk about crazy shit. Oh my god. Well, you know, we got to talk about the cat's eye situation. We got to talk about the cat's eye situation because this drama is reaching a breaking point of nonsense and I feel compelled to talk about it because I love Cat's Eye, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. Like, unfortunately because I feel like they're going to break up is what I mean. Like, I feel like they're done. Like, I feel like they're not going to be together for much longer. And it's obviously because of their label, like, is practically sabotaging them. But there has been so much drama surrounding this girl group and, like, they really don't have that much music out. Like, let's be real. Like, they don't even, like, I don't even know how they would, like, how they're touring because they don't have that much music out. Like, I know they have, like, I think they did, like, an EP or, like, something when they first started releasing music. Actually, let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's go to Cat's Eye on Spotify. Let's go to Cat's Eye. So, yeah, they have an EP. They have, it's mostly just singles. Do they have multiple? Oh, okay, yeah, they do have another EP. But it's not that many songs. Like, if I'm being real, like, I feel like they probably have, like, I don't know, like, maybe, like, 12 songs out, I would guess. I'm not going to go in there. I'm going to be real. I'm not going to go in there and count. But they do not have a large discography, is my point. But I guess if you're not familiar with the situation occurring, basically, this whole Cat's Eye girl group was started from this show. It was actually 2 shows, but it started off as like trying to like scout these girls from all over the world to be in a girl group, and then it turned into like a survival show where people were getting voted off, and like they didn't know that it was going to be that. So a lot of them like were kind of, I don't know if they were necessarily blindsided, but that was like kind of the vibe. Like they did not know it was going to become a survival show, and then when it did, it changed the what's the word I'm thinking of? Like the vibe. I guess I had a bigger, smarter word I was going to use, but I forgot it. It changed the vibe completely, and it like there was like even one girl that left like on her own accord because she was just like, yeah, like and mind you, the atmosphere, like it changed the atmosphere. It changed like the whole situation because it just became really toxic, and now all of these girls that have now been training together are now competing against each other. And one of the girls that like pretty much probably had an into the group no matter what, she was clearly the label's favorite, she literally just left. Like she was like, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this, and this like this isn't aligning with my views basically and like what I want to do. And she is actually now debuting in another group that clearly they're now a lot. It's speculated that they're focusing on a lot more than Cat's Eye because that's like they cared about her. Like I think like literally like they could have just had her, if we're being real. They got her back clearly, but there was a lot of drama when the show was released because of people. Obviously, it was a reality show. This is the thing that I think that a lot of their fans are like genuinely like 12 years old and don't realize that like a reality show is not based in reality 89% of the time. And like the basically they have to manufacture drama. And when you put a bunch of teenage girls into a competition with each other, they're obviously going to have drama. And a lot of it was blown out of proportion for the sake of the show. But the biggest controversy in the show, at least, is that, or at least one of the biggest drama points that they kind of, like, dragged out for a while, is that one of the members, or one of the contestants, Manon, she was, like, they were saying that she, like, wasn't as committed and that she was, like, she just didn't care about it because she wasn't showing up to rehearsals. But the thing about her is that she did not sign up to be on the show. They actually scouted her completely separately. So all the other girls, like, they auditioned and they were, like, brought in. There were a few other girls they scouted, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong about that. But, like, this girl in particular, Manon, she, I think Manon. I'm trying to say her name correctly. I know it's, I want to make sure that I say it correctly because I don't want to say somebody's name wrong. But if I'm not saying it right, somebody please clock me, because I've seen multiple different pronunciations of it online, and I've been corrected in my TikTok comments multiple times, and I don't know what the truth is, but I think it's Manon. She basically, she was scouted. Like they hit her up. They found her in her like pics on Pinterest, and they were like, hey, you want to be in a girl group? And listen, like, it's hard to pronounce things when you read them more than like, I don't know. But, and she kind of showed up, and they kind of were just like, yeah, you can't sing, and you can't really dance yet, but, like, we're gonna teach you how to do that, like, you just need to be, like, the visual, because, like, typically, if you're not familiar with K-pop, because the company they're basically making a global K-pop group, so they were marketing and training these girls like a K-pop group, and K-pop usually has, like, the main dancer, the visual, which is like pretty much like you're like really beautiful, like that's like you have like the face, like, you know what I mean, like your like face card is T, and like you just serve cunt. There's like the main vocalist, and then there's like the all-rounders, and those are like people who kind of have it all, and that's kind of like typically how it's marketed and how it's explained. So she was meant to be the visual, and like whatever, they picked the whole group out, and they picked 6 girls, and they become Cat's Eye. So we're all caught up now, if you didn't know what I'm talking about. I feel like a lot of people, like, I am so chronically online that like I feel like this, like, I have to remember, like, this shit isn't common knowledge. So like I want to just, you know, give that bit of context. But well, the K-pop industry is a really predatory and fucked up industry, and it like exploits young people, but that's a whole other conversation. Well, we're gonna get into that. But basically, they started off, and there was already just drama because, also, like, K-pop stands, like, let's be real, like, K-pop does breed drama because it's publicity. But like I said, one of the biggest controversies on the show, oh my god, hold on, let me get water, is that Manon, what people were, like, a lot of the girls were frustrated because when she showed up, she wasn't showing up to rehearsals or whatever because if she got sick, she like didn't feel good, she kind of just wouldn't go, and a lot of the other girls were feeling like she didn't care about it, and like she was always making it through no matter what, when other girls who worked their asses off and were extremely talented were being sent home because, oh, this is a huge thing I forgot to mention, the way that they judged who would stay was fan votes. So basically, if the fan, like, it didn't matter how hard you worked, if the fans didn't like you, you would get voted off. So this was the case with Adele. So everybody remember Adele. I just want to say I fucking love her. She's actually one of my favorite pop stars right now, and I think she is going to be huge. I love her, and she is so incredibly talented. But there was a huge drama on the show because her and Sophia were one of the main people to call out Manon and basically say, like, we feel like you're not putting in effort and we are over here busting our asses and you just get to, like, kind of float through this program. And I think that is a valid criticism. And I can understand, because let's be real and let's use our human empathy here and give these girls grace. They have been put into a survival show. They're literally training day in and day out. Their entire futures in their mindset, like, literally rests on this show. Because that's, like, let's be real. If you are somebody that wants to be a famous artist, this is a huge opportunity. And now you've been pit against all of the people you've been around for a long time. Yes, we're talking about Cat's Eye today. So, like, well, mind you, I would rather work this hard, but yeah, like, I can completely understand, because at the end of the day, Manon was going to be in the group no matter what. And I can completely understand if I was in there working in and out. And the thing about Adela specifically is that she's so talented that she was actually staying late after hours to train the other girls because she is such a talented dancer. So I completely understand the frustration. But they ended up working it out on the remix, and everything was fine. Like, they became close, and everything was fine. Because Manon was like, actually, I really do care about this, and, like, I can understand why you feel that way. But I'm gonna, like, make an effort to, like, I am taking notes and stuff. Like, I feel like you guys are completely, like, disregarding all the work that I have done just because I haven't been here as much. But, like, I do care about this. And, they worked it out. And then they did multiple interviews, and they, like I said, worked it out. However, because we're dealing with K-pop fans here who are not normal, there's no other group on this planet of fandom that is not normal like K-pop stans and barbs. And that is also the other thing. Manon is from Switzerland, and European culture around work is much different than American culture around work and Korean culture around work, and honestly, like, a lot of other places in the world. Like, in Europe, if you are sick, you kind of just, like, stay home until you feel better. Like, they're a lot more lax about work in Europe. So she came from a culture that really values taking rest and making sure that you feel better. So, well, I'm assuming, yeah, you have to get a doctor's note, but, like, it's a lot different than, like, in America where, like, it's kind of expected you work through sickness. The work culture in Asia is obviously a lot more rigorous. So that was also I think it was more of a cultural disconnect, if anything. And like I said, they worked through it. Now, because of this drama, mind you, what probably happened here is this was probably like a 2-3 day argument out of, like, maybe 60 days of filming that was instantly, like, resolved with a conversation, and that everybody was fine. Or even if it wasn't fine, like, it was not a big deal. And obviously, because it's a reality TV show, they had to make a drama out of it, which is what they've basically said in interviews. Every time that these girls have been asked about it, they basically were like, we didn't think it was that serious. And then we moved on from it, and, like, now everybody thinks it's a huge problem. Now, what I do want to say, everything that these girls have ever said has to also be taken with a grain of salt, because they are under, like, probably the most airtight NDAs of all time. However, that is one of the things, like, I genuinely do think is true. Like, I don't think that these girls actually had, like, a real crazy beef. I think they were probably frustrated and probably overtired and overworked, and that's why it was like this. Yeah, we were talking about Lexi. But yeah, like, it's just, like, that's just, like, that's kind of the deal. Of course, the show ends, these girls debut. They drop debut. It's low-key, honestly, one of their worst songs, but Manon was in the back. It was a huge controversy, and I don't think that was fair. I don't know why they lined the girls up like that, but, yeah, it was just, like, yeah, I was like, wait, what? But yeah, they were competing against each other, and it was mess. So the stands, obviously, people picked their biases, and a lot of people were upset to this day, people hate Adela because they say that she was a mean girl, and people still hate Sophia because of this too. When in reality, Adela and Manon, they follow each other on Instagram, they're friends, they've been seen hanging out multiple times. Same with Sophia, like, Sophia's in the group with her. Like, it's clearly not a problem. But to this day, like, Adela literally gets jumped 24/7 over this drama that happened so long ago, and both of them have very obviously moved on from. And this was also perpetuated by the label, because the label that they work for is genuinely evil. So fast forward, we move on. and they start dropping more music. Gnarly really blows up. Gnarly in the Gap commercial they did to Milkshake is kind of what brought, like, really, like, if you didn't watch the show before, like, you might not, and if you weren't into what's it called, if they weren't into, if you're not into K-pop, like, you probably wouldn't have known who Cat's Eye was, but they, like, that's what brought them into the mainstream. And after this point, this is when we also, I mean, I think there were probably a lot of children fans before this, but it didn't get this bad until, like, now it's like their fan base is, like, mostly children, I would say, at this point. And it's just what's it called, whatever. So we move past that, and people are starting to notice that Manon is not appearing in a lot of their PR campaigns and a lot of videos and a lot of performances. And obviously people are very confused, and people really don't play about her, so people are like, where is she? And it's becoming a huge controversy. And the thing about this, like I've said, people love to create fan fiction about what's going on behind the scenes, when in reality we literally will never know until there's probably a documentary about this shit in like 10 years. So that, like, whatever, but there's a lot of shit has happened in the meantime of that. I do want to point out that these girls are under such intense scrutiny, and I also want to point out that Lara and Manon, like, genuinely receive so much racism, that in colorism, that is, like, absolutely disgusting. And I cannot even imagine, like there is actually, like a lot of these, like shows in Korea were actually, like, just blatantly racist towards Manon, and it was really disgusting and really fucked up. And and just regardless of that, all of these girls are under such intense scrutiny all the time, because, like I said, people are creating fan fiction, but also people are like critical of their bodies, of who they hang out with, literally anything that they do. And I can't even imagine, like, being an idol is not an easy job. Like, people might think that, you know, like, being an idol, like, you're famous and you get to, like, do all these brand deals, and you have so much money and stuff like that, but, like, you are also, like, something that I find interesting is they do allow the Cat's Eye girls to date, which typically in K-pop, at least, you're not allowed to date. Like, I'm pretty sure most of the time in your contract you are, like, very much not supposed to be dating. But yeah, fast forward to now. Manon takes a hiatus from the group, and this kind of, like, I don't want to say it came out of nowhere, but, like, it was obviously very shocking to fans, and people, like, in K-pop, when people take hiatuses, they typically don't come back. I would say more often than not, they don't come back. And people had already been speculating that Manon was being mistreated by the label, so this was kind of a confirmation that something is going on behind the scenes. But she kind of comes out and is like, guys, like, I'm just working on my health right now, and, like, I just, like, am making sure that I'm okay. Like, it's standard PR response. And obviously, since that point, people have been speculating as to what happened. Now, what's crazy about this is there are a bunch of Reddit posts of people who are just, like, genuinely, like claiming that they are a part of Hive X Geffen, which is the label that they're a part of, or at least part of the label, and claiming that they know what happened. And, like I said, nothing can literally possibly be confirmed. And it's people are just not acting normal about it, because now people have turned to full on hating on the girls, because it seems like they're trying to make Danny, the new one of the girls who was kind of like the main dancer, the new visual, with Manon not being in the group anymore. And a lot of people were hating on her because of that. But then her dad, basically, once Manon announced her hiatus, her dad was in the comments basically, like, being really shady about her, and, like, Danny's dad, I mean, about Manon. And that was obviously not okay at all. That was probably, like, I would speculate that, like I just don't think that, like, that is something that Danny would want, and she was probably mortified about that, and probably got, like, a huge fucking lecture from her label about it, considering that caused up a huge amount of drama. That's my speculation and my thing about it. And yes, that's good. We don't want to leave negative comments. We want to have fun, for real. But, like, Yeah, that's my speculation on it. But then, so then people were targeting her, and then after that, now we have a whole nother situation where there's this guy named Harry Daniels, I believe that's his name, and he was friends with Megan, who's one of the girls in Cat's Eye, and I believe he was friends with Laura too, and he basically went on Just Trisha Paytas's. In this chat, I'm dead, but especially like, what's it called? No, Trisha Paytas. What am I fucking talking about? He went on Trisha Paytas's podcast and basically like kind of insinuated that he knew, or he kind of said that he didn't know anything about it, but like insinuated that he had like insider information. I'll be real with you guys, I didn't watch it, but from what I read about it, like he was just talking about the situation in a way that he definitely shouldn't have, and Megan and Laura unfollowed him because I'm sorry, like I can understand, like these girls are probably so fucking stressed out right now, and then to have somebody that you believe was your friend go on a podcast and talk about a situation that you might, like, let's say that she did open up to him about it, even though she's definitely under an NDA and can't talk about it with anybody. Let's say that she did when she was like drunk or something, like the amount of pressure that these girls have to not spill any information is so large. And he went on and like, and especially if he didn't know anything and tried to lead Trisha Paytas as just Trish to believe that he did know something, it's just fucked up. But it gets worse because so they unfollow him, and then he decides to basically post this carousel of like on Instagram of all these pictures of Megan and tag her and say like, let's work it out on the remix. But the problem is he didn't just tag her main Instagram. He tagged her private Finsta, which is like one of the most dangerous things to begin with. Like now she has 1 billion people like requesting to follow this account, and now she has to delete it because it's meant to be private. Like people are not supposed to know about that because she is a global celebrity at this point. But it's just a violation of privacy. And I think like he probably could have played it up. Maybe I'm not, obviously I don't know Megan. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. But let's say in a world where she could have forgiven him, for him to tag that account was just messy and shady and just shitty to do. So this became a huge fucking problem, and now people are speculating all these other things about it and basically speculating that Laura and Megan are like these huge bullies and that they bullied Manon out of the group. And I just want to reiterate again, nobody knows what happened, but if you were to ask me what most likely happened, it was definitely the label. I think the label, like if the thing is, if it is the case that Manon was not showing up to paid obligations, which a lot of people are also speculating. I'm not saying that I'm speculating that, but a lot of people are speculating that the reason that the hiatus has happened is because she wasn't showing up to scheduled events and they were losing money and like getting penalized about it. That was like a huge speculation that people were having, and that actually had nothing to do with the girls, and like the girls are helpless and can't do anything. Like it would make sense that the label would try to punish her for it and put her into a hiatus. But like, I guess if I were to speculate what happened, I think that she is genuinely just being bullied by the label because, let's be real, it's a K-pop company, and K-pop is like notoriously racist. The people who support K-pop are racist, and like, no wait, I don't want to make that blanket statement. I don't want to make that blanket statement at all. There is a lot of racism in the K-pop community. That is a better way of wording it. And I do think that she was being targeted in a way because she has also reposted stuff that she was being targeted. So maybe like that's kind of all that she can do to try and get that message out. But also, like I said 1,000,000 times already in this stream, nobody knows what happened. And I think that this has now had this like crazy backward effect of now everybody is literally just, what's it called? Just like attacking these girls. Get them banned, Paige. Get them banned. Get them banned. And people, like I said already, have made up enough fan fiction in their minds to, what's it called? Like actually genuinely hate these girls when they know nothing about what's happening. No, and I agree. I think that a lot of people, like, I think, like, the thing is, like, I do think she has and is experiencing racism, but also I think that, like, a lot of people also need to understand that, like, we don't know what's happening. Like that's like the thing. Like it could be. I'm trying to like think of how to word this and like. I'm trying to think of like how to word this in like a way that like makes sense. Like, let's be real. If it is the case that she was not showing up to the PR shit, then I wouldn't be surprised with how this is playing out. But a lot like let's just be real. Like the other girls have put in an intense amount of work, and if that's the case, then that's the case. But also, like the other thing is, there could be so much more happening behind the scenes that none of us could have even thought is happening. That is the truth behind all of this, and like it's just not for us to know, and it sucks because I genuinely cannot imagine like what it must feel like to be the girls in that group and what it must feel like to be Manon. Like, this sucks for everybody, and they can't talk to anybody about it. I mean, I'm sure they probably like have therapists or whatever that they might be able to talk to. Like, I don't know if an NDA, like, can you talk to a therapist about something if you're under an NDA? Because I'm assuming therapists can't spill your information because they're under HIPAA. But also, I know that HIPAA is about like, I know the HIPAA is like about people's specific information. So like, I don't think that a therapist, let's say like Megan went to a therapist and was like, this is what I'm dealing with, this is what happened. Obviously a therapist can't be like, Megan from Cat's Eye said this to me, but a therapist could go to a blind item, I'm assuming, because this technically wouldn't be a HIPAA violation. I might be wrong, I don't know that much about HIPAA. But, and be like, a pop star that I see said that this is happening in her pop star group in very vague terms. Like, is that something that could even happen? I don't know. But like, I just like, if the case is that you're under NDA and you literally can't talk about this with anybody except the people involved, I can't even imagine how toxic the situation has become behind the scenes. And I don't know. I just feel really bad. Like, at the end of the day, I just feel really bad. And like, this drama has genuinely gotten out of hand. And the things that I'm seeing on Twitter is genuinely delusional. Like, people are full on delusional about the situation. They're pulling up, because this is the thing, like, a lot of people who support Manon are attacking the other girls, like I said, just because they're upset with the situation and assuming that it's the other girls that like bullied her out, and they're using like they're using these clips from Dream Academy to prove it. But then when you are like, well, Manon was not putting in work in Dream Academy, they're like, that was edited. So people have like a really big cognitive dissonance. I've seen that too. I've also seen that with like, people say that about Adela as well. And like, I can agree with you on that. I think that a lot of the, like, some of the things that people talk about within the girls, obviously I can't speak on certain things because I just don't want to talk over other people, but like, I do think that some people are like genuinely reaching with the things that they're saying, because it's just like full on like I just feel like some of the stuff cannot be possibly that serious, and especially like the girls are clearly close with each other. So I totally see your point, but well, Twitter is also like a cesspool of mess, and especially when it comes to like literally like, people keep using this one clip, and there's this one clip where Manon walks into the room and says hi to this other girl, Brooklyn, but doesn't say hi to Laura, and then Laura's like kind of smiling, like awkwardly looking at somebody else, like, and people are like, oh, see, like y'all saw this and didn't think Laura was a bully, but like, it's obvious that she didn't say hi to Laura, so like, it, like, that was part of their thing of editing, that like these girls have beef with each other, and they then worked it out after that. Like, I'm pretty sure like the next part is them working it out. So, it's like, you know what I mean? A lot of it is manufactured. Hello. Hi, Owl. We're talking about the hot topics. We're talking about the hot topics today. But have fun with your event. Thank you for dropping in. But, I don't know. I feel like we obviously, like, I don't know. I just feel like somebody, like, now Manon is actually doing a lot of, what's it called? She's doing a lot of solo things now. I think she's doing a lot of modeling. Honestly, if you ask me, like this situation, like what's so disappointing about all of this, regardless of whatever's happening behind the scenes, is no, not yet. I haven't gone to the store yet, but when I do, trust, I think I'm gonna do it on stream when I do that. But because I have tahini, I'm put tahini on the rim. But I think that all the drama with these girls, it's gotten to a point where I kind of feel like, bye. I kind of feel like, what's it called? Like, it's just ruined now. Like, all of this is, like, it's such a mess. And let's say, like, she did decide to come back and, like, or was allowed back. We don't know what the truth is. She does rejoin Cat's Eye. Everybody is going to be hyper analyzing all of their interactions. And, like, now, like, I'm watching these videos that, like, I watched and, like, everybody thought was funny and super cute originally. I mean, obviously there were people that didn't. But they're, like, legitimately, like the way that they're analyzing these interactions is insane. No, and that's the thing. That's the other thing that I'm like, I feel like that's definitely what's going to happen, because like these, like, I'm sure that they watch videos about themselves. Like, if let's be real, if you are as famous as if you're a famous person, I'm sure you see videos about yourself all the time where people are completely misinterpreting what you do. Like, there's like this one, like, it was like a truth serum thing, or like I think they went on Jimmy Fallon, or maybe it was Jimmy Kimmel. It was one of the Jimmys. And people literally were like acting like these girls like said like, I hate you and you have to die to each other. Like the way that they were analyzing these interactions that seemed completely normal. I will say the Jimmy Fallon, I think it was Jimmy Fallon, that one was like a little weird. Like, I don't know, that was like kind of strange. But like what's it called? Like, but also, let's be real, like these girls are like, they've gone through so much trauma together at this point. I can't imagine that any of this wouldn't be traumatizing. Like, all eyes are on them at all times. And, like, I agree with you. I genuinely think that's what, like, I think it's just done. Like, I think even if she does decide, like, or not, I don't want to say decide, because we don't know. But even if she does come back, like I said, they're going to be analyzing everything. But if she doesn't, like, people are going to continue to, for some reason, assume that the girls in Cat's Eye are the reason why she's not there. And if I'm being real with you, like, I don't think that the girls in Cat's Eye have that much power. I really don't. Like, I truthfully don't think that. Because if they did, they would release better music. No shade. Like, I like Gnarly. It grew on me. And I like Pinky Up. But, like, Internet Girl was mess. And I also do want to say, like, these girls are 1000% being exploited by this label. I know that a lot of people like to comment on their outfits. Like, and I do think that some of the outfits were a little bit revealing, especially for Yoon-chae when she was not 18 yet, and especially the dance moves that they were doing. But they're exploiting them in like every other way imaginable too. Exactly, like she's so young. Like these girls are, like, honestly, all of them are really young, and like I think like Sophia's the oldest. She's like 22 or 23, so she's my age. But I don't like that one. But like, I just don't like the baby voice. I found that really weird. Like, I don't know why they added that, and it ruins the whole song. Like, the song, like, might have been good if they didn't add the baby voice. It's just awful. If they kept, like, Megan saying it like she was on the tour, I think it would have been 3,000 times better of a song. But, like, they're exploiting these girls' work, like, ethic. They're exploiting their relationships with each other. And the label is not defending them in the way that they should be. And it's just fucked up. Well, I do, like, that's the thing, like, I love Pinky Up. Like, people are shitting on Pinky Up, and I'm like, Pinky Up. Like, I'm like, it's kind of tea, like, I don't know, like, even with Gnarly, like, I love, like, no, like, I don't love, like, it is real. Like, it is a real thing. But, I don't know, I don't have, like, the thing is, like, it's, yeah, like, they do. They loved, and, like, these are, like, well, I mean, I agree. It's pretty much every label, but with K-pop, when it's anything have to do with K-pop, it is so much, like, more cutthroat, in my opinion. Like K-pop labels are, like, full-on evil. And it's, I mean, every label is evil, but K-pop, like, it's just awful. Like, the way that they treat the idols, and I don't know. I feel like we will never get the full story until these girls are, like, off of their contracts. And who knows if, like, they have, like, 25-year contracts about this. Because we didn't even get any information on, like, Fifth Harmony until later. Like, and what's crazy about this is, like, every other girl group that I've seen completely fall to shit. Like, and same with like Little Mix. Like, but like I said, every other girl group that I've seen completely fall to shit had like at least like at minimum a 2-year run of like being good and like performing and touring. And I guess Cat's Eye's been around for a while, but like I'm talking about like in mainstream fame. Nope, I would not. I don't care about that. Like I'm not on a quest for the truth that much. I'll find out when I find out. And I don't know. I don't know. What do we think? What do we think about this? Because it kind of sucks because like I don't want to say that I'm inclined to believe that Manon wasn't fulfilling her obligations, but if the main like issue from the beginning was her not showing up to things, then like if that's the case, like what if she didn't change? But also I don't want to become part of the problem and start speculating stuff because at the end of the day, I really don't think it would be like I don't think that it would be her fault to begin with. Like that could be true, but like I also don't I think that like they wanted her in that group so bad, and I think that because of that they might have like manipulated her a little bit and promised her things that they knew they weren't going to give her. And I just feel like they, like I said, they have so much like power. Like, yeah, the label, it has to be eradicated. And I don't think they have control over anything either. Well, Cat's Eye's music is in English, but yeah, it's just, I think you gotta open your world though. There's lots of good music and languages you might not understand. There really is. But I don't know. It just like this situation actually like it really frustrates me because I just can't imagine how isolating it would feel to be in Cat's Eye. Like I just can't imagine. And like as much as these girls might seem like they have everything, like they are so isolated. All they have is each other. And I feel like that's honestly like kind of not the best situation right now because like you said, Lunar, like I agree that like it might turn them against each other, just seeing stuff on Instagram, seeing stuff on Twitter, and like having these secret resentments toward each other over time. And I just hope that doesn't happen, but it likely will because I mean you can't even blame them from the situation that they're in. I love Bad Bunny. You got to get into Bad Bunny. You got to look up a translation. Bad Bunny actually makes really, really amazing music, and we love Bad Bunny over here. In the Kiwiverse, we love Bad Bunny. And he's super fine, so. But, I mean, the thing is, though, like, I don't know if they are. Because K-pop, contracts are, like, not typically, like, the most well-paying thing. Like, yeah, they have you in designer all the time, and you're being styled 24/7, but, like, I don't know if they're making that much money. Like I think that eventually you make money, like when you pay, like I don't know, like there are all these stories of like people who became K-pop idols young and like they debuted and they didn't do well and they ended up having to pay their labels back, and they end up in like billions of dollars of debt. And I don't know if that's the case for Cat's Eye, but like. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure most of the money that they're making definitely goes to the label, so I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, they are a little bit different than a typical K-pop group. So maybe they are getting compensated pretty well, especially because maybe there's different laws about it, especially if they're based in America. But I don't necessarily know, like, where they are actually based. Like, are they actually based in Korea? I'm not 100% sure on that. But. And honestly, like, something I actually do think, like, this is a theory that I actually do believe in. I think that the label low-key makes, like, accounts on Reddit and, like, and makes hate accounts. Like, I think that the label perpetuates this. Because let's be real, like, everybody who is into this type of music and likes and even knows who Cat's Eye is, like, in like to the point where like you might even know that like just the girls' names, like I'm like has probably heard about this drama. It's making like major publications like of news and stuff like that. Like I know that I'm like kind of chronically online, but like I would say like most people that I meet who listen to pop music do know about the Cat's Eye drama to some extent, and it keeps people talking. And all publicity, you know, they always say like all publicity is good publicity, and it like This is the other theory that I also this is what I said I was going to get back into. So a lot of people speculate that, so Lexi, we'll go back to Lexi. Lexi is the one that left. I don't remember if it was Dream Academy or Popstar Academy. It was one of them. She left the show because she basically, it didn't align. She didn't want to do the survival show, and it didn't align with her values, and she was just like over it. Like, she didn't want to compete with the other girls, and she was like, I'm not into this. Like I said before, but basically, like, they wanted her in that group bad. Like, they literally, like, I guarantee you that I think the minute that she left that group, they kind of realized that, like, that group, like, I don't think they were planning on taking that group as seriously as they would have if she had stayed. So yeah, they ended up making a whole new group for her, which they're calling Prelude, where they brought back two of the girls from Dream Academy who did not make it into Cat's Eye. And for some reason, for like 6 months, they've been looking for a fourth member, which I'm kind of like, all right, wrap it up. Like, we gotta, like, I'm losing interest at this point. But my theory is that, like, when you look at the Cat's Eye debut, it was very much more like cutesy and like kind of classic K-pop in a sense. Like, they were in like very cutesy outfits, and they weren't doing like this kind of edgy thing that Cat's Eye has turned into now. Like, the Cat's Eye aesthetic from like their beginning to now has been very different. It's very much like evolved into a more edgy type of thing. Yeah, like Touch Was Tea. Like, I feel like, honestly, like, Game Boy is probably, like, their last song that, like, kind of has that cutesy vibe to it. But even then, like, it's still, like, their outfits and, like, the way that the video is much more, like, edgy in nature. So, I think that Prelude is probably going to be what they envisioned as, like, beginning of Cat's Eye. But, yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from it. But a lot of people think that they're basically, like, using Cat's Eye as an experiment on not only like how to curve public opinion, but also like to see how like a global K-pop group can go and like how much they can control the public and the narrative on that group. But I also think that they're doing it so they can genuinely just test shit out and see if people will just listen to anything. And like I think they're literally giving Cat's Eye like throwaway songs, because like Gnarly was literally written like as a joke, like by I forget her name. Her name's Alice, I believe. She's a TikToker and she makes music, and she's a songwriter. I think she's a songwriter for her label, but like she made it and like never actually dropped the song. And later Cat's Eye has now picked it up, and yeah, like a lot of people do believe that they kind of use Cat's Eye as a test for Prelude. And after Prelude actually debuts, that they probably will not put nearly as much effort into Cat's Eye, and that it might even just fade into obscurity. Because I don't know much about this drama, but I know that with New Jeans, like, where did New Jeans go? I think there was drama within the girls themselves, and it was like, I remember it had something to do with the label, I believe, and it was like a whole thing. But New Jeans does not make music anymore, and I kind of think that, like, what they're doing is, now that they... Wait, whoa, I'm creating theories in real time. But this is probably not an original thought. But I think that they're low-key trying to destroy Cat's Eye now, and then they're going to announce the fourth member of Prelude. And then once that happens, like, they're just going to be like, oh, like, Cat's Eye, like, all the girls hate each other and we're over it. Yeah, so I feel like that's, like, I feel like they're doing the same thing. Like, but what they're doing is they're manipulating public opinion to get ahead of it and trying to make it look like the girls are the problem so that people can't blame the label. Like, I feel like, whoa. But I'm like, am I cooking here? Because, like, that makes the most sense. If I was a label and I was trying to be a total fucking asshole piece of shit, but... like, I would create a large drama, kick out one of the most popular members, because let's be real, like, Manon is, like, genuinely one of the most popular members. A lot of people have the sentiment that they wouldn't have liked Cat's Eye if she wasn't in it. People love her. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I love all the girls. But, like, I think that, like, kicking her out, like, probably was, like, that's a thing, like... I don't want to speculate that she did anything wrong, because, like, what really probably happened is they probably kicked her out and made a bunch of excuses as to why she was, like, not worthy. What's it called? And, like, basically created all this drama so that people would blame it all on the girls. And they could just kill the group. I love music videos. Y'all don't know about, like, no, well, actually, most of you probably do know about gay music video night. But, we love it. We love a music video. But, yeah, but that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. Whoa, I think I just cooked. I think I just cooked a little bit. Let's be real, like, that's definitely not an original thought, but... Yeah, Twice has so many people in it. But, I do want to say, like, Blackpink, like, okay, I was there for Blackpink's debut. That was, like, actually my introduction into K-pop. I was, Playing with Fire, and I was like, ooh, this is cunt. I was like, whoa. Like, I remember literally, like, I heard it, and I was like, whoa. Like, I had never heard anything like it before, because it was just, like, a specific type of pop that I've, like, never heard. And I locked the fuck in. I listened to, like, their 2 EPs, and I was like, wait, this is tea as fuck. And... I was a Blink. I was an original Blink. I loved them. But then I kind of just fell off after a certain point because I kind of just, like, stopped caring. But, I think Playing with Fire was, like, one of my, like, #1 songs of, like, maybe, like, 2015, 2016. No, probably 2015. But, yeah, so sometimes they'll do, like, solo projects with sponsorships and stuff. But, what's it called? Where was I going with this? Blackpink used to be good. Like, they used to, I mean, like, even Blackpink in their prime, though, like, didn't really have the cohesiveness that Cat's Eye has. And that's what makes me, like, really sad about this. Yeah, once they went solo, it just became a mess. Like, we got Jennie on stage now, and she, like, doesn't even dance. She just, like, stands there and, like, fucks around with, like, her mic pack, and then, like, it's clearly obvious that they are contractually obligated to do this tour and they don't want to be there, and I feel like it's sort of their way of, like, fighting the man to, like, just, like, not give a fuck on stage. And, like, it's actually, like, kind of funny. The thing is, okay, I don't think it's funny in the sense of, like, people are paying money to see you, and it doesn't matter if you don't want to be there and you want to be a solo artist. You need to perform. Like, but I do think it is funny that, like, they don't give a fuck anymore, like, in concept. But in reality, I don't think it's funny because I'm sorry, if I paid, like, thousands of dollars for floor seats at a Blackpink show, I would be genuinely pissed if that was the performance I got. Because we have to remember, guys, like, these tickets are, like, I mean, we all know this. This isn't news. Like, Ticketmaster, genuinely, like, you want to go see a show these days, and they're like, give me your firstborn child. Sell me your house. Like, it is so astronomically expensive to go see a concert. So, it's not, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right what the lack of performance. And I think that they should just be solo artists, and honestly, like, they should really, like, just cancel the fucking tour. But they're not going to do that, obviously. But, yeah, genuinely. But, yeah, we love Twice around here. We love Twice. Fancy by Twice, I think, is probably, like, in my opinion, like, one of the most popular K-pop songs of all time, and it deserves that title. Fancy by Twice, like, we all remember where we were when we first heard that song. If you never heard it, you gotta listen to it. It is so... 'Cause you know I fancy you. Ooh. Like, it's just a classic. Like, I literally, like, have played that song, like, so much, like, that I definitely, like, I've overplayed it to myself. But I'm still gonna shake my ass a little bit if it comes on. But, okay, what I was gonna say about Cat's Eye is, it is disappointing because Cat's Eye is, like, a generational talent. Like, these girls, their cohesiveness with each other and their performance is unmatched. Like, absolutely unmatched. Like, I literally am mesmerized by them and their performance, and, like, especially, like being able to watch their progression, because a lot of them were just singers or just dancers and didn't even sing at all. And, no matter, people like to love to compare them to each other all the time, which I just think is fucking shitty. But, like, they are, like I said, a generational fucking talent. They're, like, how in sync they are, like, it is amazing. There are obviously performances where they haven't done, like, their absolute most, but, like, even in those performances, they are still so good that, like, it is truly a shame what has happened. And while I do think, like, I would hope that if Cat's Eye does end up, like, basically being, like ended, that they would all be able to find, like, really successful solo careers. I would project that Lara will go solo at some point, considering, like, Lara before being in Cat's Eye was, what's it called? Well, yes. Because we're over here. Get them banned. Get Hive X Geffen banned. Get. Oh, Monica's here. Oh, she's here. But yeah, I think I just predict that Lara will, only because like she is a producer. Like that's literally that's how they found her. Like they literally found her because she was posting beats that she made on TikTok and posting like singing videos, singing onto her own beats and producing her own music. Well, yes, she did say that. Monica always has the right take. But well, you know what I mean. But like, so I would just say I think that she definitely will go solo if this all crashes and burns, just because she already knows how to make her own music. And like, also, like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I read somewhere that her parents like practically like own, like they like own a part of the label, so like it would be pretty easy for her to do that. But Sophia is also an incredible singer, and she like literally grew up, like, I'm pretty sure her mom was in Broadway, like she grew up singing. Like she's an incredible singer. I think that they would all like go somewhat. They would probably all drop solo music. I don't know if all of them would continue, but I think that Yoonchae would probably be an idol in Korea. That's why a lot of people say people will like have the pride flags and stuff, and people like always will be like, Yoonchae's homophobic because she won't like hold the pride flag. It's like, and then all the comments back will be like, well, because she is like from Korea and like she can't do that, because like they will like get really mad about that. I don't know if that's true. I really don't know if that's true, but like I said, like the people on Twitter and people on the internet in general just love to make issues, and like I'm not sitting. I don't think any of like can I speak for the gays here? Like I don't think that any of us are sitting here wondering like and being upset about the fact of the possibility of Yoonchae being homophobic. That thought has never crossed my mind. I've never sat somewhere and been like, I've never watched anything to do with Cat's Eye and been like, I think Yoonchae might be homophobic. Like I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I really don't. But another situation of Twitter practically blowing everything out of proportion to incite hate onto these girls. Hopefully sleepers. I hope not. I hope not. But yeah. I don't know. That's where we're at with Cat's Eye. I know I just talked about it for a very long time, but I am kind of passionate about it because I really do I believe in these girls. Like obviously, like I don't want to sound parasocial. I don't want to Tyler Catastrophe this situation, but like I just wish that this wasn't happening. What is your fun fact? What is your fun fact? But yeah, I wish this wasn't happening because this fucking sucks. Like I feel like this sucks for everybody involved. This sucks for the fans. And at the end of the day, a lot of the fans are like genuinely children and just don't understand nuance at all. Cause like, you know that tweet that's like everybody wants to see things as like black and white. Like sometimes it depends. I feel like a lot of things depend like a lot. Like there's a lot of nuance to situations and a lot of things that we don't know. So yeah, that's how I feel. That's really it. That really is it. Taylor Swift sold her tour tickets for less than market price. The profit loss would make the single largest as of charity. Really? Huh. Well, I mean, she was making the amount of money that she made on that tour was ridiculous. Like genuinely ridiculous. Like the Eras tour also went on for like 2 fucking years. Like it actually never ended. Like I remember like literally like I know people that went like, and then it like I would check and it would still be going like 8 to 10 months later, and it's like, oh my god, like girl, like you don't want to take a day off? Like that's like so much money. And I do want to say, now that like it's been exposed that like artists can choose to like, what is it, like not do the dynamic pricing or whatever, where like they can do like the set pricing and not let scalpers resell for a lot of money. I do look down on artists that don't do that. I think that if you are an artist, you have a responsibility to your fans. And I don't actually know anything about this Taylor Swift, like, putting everything to less than market price, whatever. I'm not even talking about that. But, like, I think that you as an artist have a responsibility to your fans to make your tickets affordable. And I think that's, like, one of the things that, like, really does make you, like, a sellout. Like, I think that's the truth. Because at the end of the day, you got a label backing you, paying for mostly everything. Like, it's just an act of disrespect. I mean, I don't think that tickets are too cheap at all. I think that the problem is like we just have a bunch of inflation and people just want to make a shit ton of money. Because at the end of the day, it genuinely should not cost $3,000 to get floor seats at a concert. That has never been a thing until like the past 10 years. Like, that just shouldn't cost that much money. Like it should never. Like my mom told me like when she was younger, like she literally would be like in like general admission at shows all the time, and it was easy to do. But obviously, capitalism. Well, people are paying it because I mean, if you really care about an artist, you're gonna pay it. But yeah, Ethel Kane, like yeah, she went out of her way to. She did go out of her way to say that, and her tickets were not very expensive when I went. But I think the problem is that like people want to enjoy things when with everything being so like stressful in the world, like if yeah, and also yeah, during the pandemic, like you couldn't leave the house. Like the demand is there. I 100% agree. And like it's it's hard because people like I don't think that people should not be able to go to concerts because they get too expensive because at the end of the day, people will budget for it if you really want to go to a concert. Concerts are fun. Like people should be able to enjoy things, you know? And unfortunately, like it sucks because like I don't want to blame. Like I feel like it's kind of like a reductive take to be like let's blame the people who will pay the like $3,000 for general admission because like that's like probably someone's like treat of the year and like they have to like it's just like you know what I mean like people care about artists very deeply, you know, like people care about it very deeply and I don't blame people because as much as it sucks and I wish I could do that, but yeah, I think they did get proven in a court of law. I read that they have a monopoly, and it's ridiculous. But like, that's what sucks. It sucks. It shouldn't be this expensive, and it's gotten absolutely out of hand. Like the prices have gotten insane, so insane. There is absolutely no reason for the prices to be like you could like literally go on like a vacation to another continent for like 2 weeks for the price of some of these tickets that people are selling, and it sucks because also like if you really love an artist, like a lot of these tours, like they're a once in a lifetime experience. An artist is not going to repeat a tour and they're most likely not going to spend more than like 3 days in your city. So like a lot of things like can happen like at these concerts that are like some they could be like their legit best performance ever. Like, you know, it's just no, literally you could go to Disney with a family of 4 or you could go see BTS. And a lot of people will still travel for these concerts too because like I literally know people who have traveled to other states to go to specific shows because they either couldn't afford it at the time when it came to their city or just for whatever reason like they wanted to make a trip of it, or sometimes like artists just don't go to your city because like we gotta remember like not everybody lives in a major city and sometimes artists like will skip over states entirely. So if you're somebody that lives in a state where what's it called, like where you live in a state where your favorite artist who you literally have loved since you were a kid, whatever, isn't going, you would fly to another state to go see them or drive or make the road trip. And yeah, like that, I believe that. I totally believe that. Like Beyonce tickets, I looked them up. I was like, you know what? Love you, Beyonce. I'm not going. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, yeah, like most K-pop, a lot of them don't go to Boston. And especially if you like Boston, I feel like is one of the biggest, like not I want to say not biggest, it's a very small city in size comparison, but like it is a major city I would say in the United States. So I can't even imagine if you're from like some random fucking state in Wisconsin, not state, like city in Wisconsin. Like I don't think going to Wisconsin like a lot of the time no. So yeah, like to be fair, like okay, so I really wanted to go see Adele. And I love Adele. Like I've said before in this stream itself, I do not play about her. She is like probably one of my favorite artists, but she's opening for Demi Lovato, which sucks because I'm sorry, like I like Demi Lovato, but not enough to go spend Demi Lovato money. Because Demi Lovato's tickets were way too expensive for me to justify just going for an opener. So that's what also kind of sucks. Like that sucks. Now like I had to miss out on that show, and like it like realistically if ticket prices were more reasonable I would be able to go and I would have gotten to like see her live. And because that's like I literally like she did one show in New York and I was about to literally drive to New York to go see it, but it sold out in like legit like less than 5 minutes, so it kind of sucks. Yeah, it's like it's hard. It's hard. And yeah, I don't know. When I went to go see Charlie XCX, I spent a lot of money on that ticket. And I was like very high up. Like I was not anywhere. I mean, I had good seats, I will say, but I don't know. I'm manifesting you find it. But yeah, I still spent a lot of money. And that's why like I've said before probably on here, but I do prefer going to venues that are smaller. Like around Boston, like there's like Paradise Rock Club, there's like Roadrunner, House of Blues, like and they're not like stadiums. Like they're just like a regular like size smaller venue, and I do prefer going to those cuz typically the tickets are cheaper, but the downside is you kind of have to be like genuinely on your like you have to be on it to get tickets because especially if it's a bigger artist that like is actively rising in fame as they're touring, it's 10 times harder to get tickets because it's just a less capacity venue. And even though the tickets may be cheaper initially, if they don't have like the pricing thing set where people can't sell for more, you're gonna be spending like $400 on a ticket for general admission, which is most of the time all they have for a venue like that. But yeah, there's all around here, and like yeah, like it's just yeah, it's like, and that's the thing, well, that's the thing with like Zara Larson right now. Like she just performed at Tufts because I'm pretty sure she probably was scheduled for that show before she like blew up. And honestly, I commend her for still doing it. Like she was legit just like right here, but what's it called? Like, yeah, like it sucks. Like let's be real, it really. Well, who gaff about the Chainsmokers, low key? They were looking for anywhere to perform. Anybody who'd take them. But yeah, like a lot. It just sucks. I want to go to more concerts, but I can't justify spending the money. Like I got very lucky with my Jane Remover tickets because I was sitting there on the pre-sale page and I had like the notifications, everything fucking blowing up my phone. Same thing with Ethel Cain. Ethel Cain, I've talked about this before. No, they are in Alcatraz. Bad. But I've talked about this before. The only reason I got Ethel Cain tickets is because I was literally scrolling through Instagram and I saw her announce the pre-sale. I clicked on her story. If it said 1 second at the top, I said, whoa, I'm getting these tickets. I texted everybody I knew immediately. By the time they even got my text, which was like legit within 5 minutes, it was all sold out. So, yeah. Then the resale was not that bad as far as I know. But, you know, people will still resale for a lot of money, even if the dynamic pricing or thingy whatever is on, because people will just like sell them on Instagram. So yeah, I don't know, kind of, what are you gonna do? I paid a lot of money for 100 Gex tickets, I'll tell you that. A lot of money. And it was annoying. It's just annoying having to pay a lot of money for tickets and things. But I think this is where I'm gonna leave off for today, guys. Next Monday, I would be, what's it called? There should be price that people want. I mean, like, I just think, like, people should just be able to go to the show. Like, I don't know, like, I don't think that it should be priced in that, like, in that way, because I just feel like that's just scamming people, but I don't know. Like I was saying, I am, what's it called? I'm gonna wrap this up for today, and we're gonna play Resident Evil 7 on Monday. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it at all, but I'm doing it for you guys. So, like I said, that Resident Evil 7 is, what's it called? Restricted to Mondays. I didn't do it last Monday because it was Kiwi's birthday, and you're not gonna make me do that on my daughter's birthday. But like I said, next week we're getting right back into it, and then we will have our Wednesday hot topic situation, and then hopefully I will have figured out the hard drive situation and we can do some Jackbox with subs next Friday if everybody is available. We'll talk about it more in the Discord, obviously. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Very fun stream. We always have fun over here. We really do. And yeah. So yeah, if you're subscribed, you get to play games. That's one of the fun little perks. And yeah, also if you like, since you subbed, make sure to join the subscriber chat in the Discord. You just have to like what's it called? There's like a subscriber verification section. Just to like verify that you're subbed, and you can join the subscriber chat. But yeah, love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Remember to stream extraterrestrial. Just honestly leave that. Like, I should pull a Justin Bieber and tell you guys to leave that shit on and with the low volume all night. If you guys are like, oh, should I pull a Justin Bieber over here? No, I'm trolling. But anyway. Yeah. Love y'all.